Good evening, Great Debate League. My name is Ebony Johnson. I'm one of the GDL commissioners and also moderator for this week's upcoming debate, GDL14, with Funmilayo Ekundayo versus Cameron Montgomery. The debate is on gender versus racial oppression this Thursday, March the 4th at 9 p.m. EST. And this is the pre-debate interview for Funmilayo. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you today, Ebony? Long time no see.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, good. You're good. Thanks. So this will be your first ranked debate with us.
Yep. Yep.
And this will also be the first time that we're introducing an official. We have some official judges who are going to judge and score the debate based on each segment. So that'll be different and new for us. Besides, before we've done the Facebook poll, but now we're stepping up our game a little bit, and so that'll be something new that we're adding. But in general, I want to talk to you about your interest in the debate topic. I'll put the premise up here for the audience to see what the premise that will be debated on Thursday is: gender oppression is more of a significant challenge than racial oppression in the United States of America. And Funmilayo is going to argue the affirmative. She does agree that gender oppression is more of a significant challenge. So talk to us about your position just a little bit, not we don't want to give too much away, but just a little bit what connected with you to take the affirmative position.
Honestly, the oldest form of oppression out there is sexism. Before racism was an issue, there's always been sexism. Most of our laws, not just in the United States, but globally, are directed when it comes to reproduction, when it comes to rights. Most of our laws are gendered towards men.
Yeah.
So honestly, I have a belief, and a lot of other people that we'll be introducing on Thursday, that I'll be speaking about, have a belief that if we can overcome the very basic and the oldest form of oppression, which is oppression against women and girls, we can actually overcome everything else. This is spoken about a lot in the Baha'i faith, which I came across while doing a study. While searching my own faith. But they say something in relation to men and women are like two wings of a bird, meaning that this bird cannot fly unless both wings are equally strengthened, unless both wings are equally, or both men and women are equally represented in all aspects of life. If we can reflect that equality between men and women, then it will not be a norm for us to have racial prejudice, because we have done the work of first checking our own base prejudice, which is our sexist prejudices.
Yeah. All right. Well, you gave us a good teaser into the direction that you are going to take your argument. How is your prep? Obviously, we can hear that your preparation is coming along, but how are things going with the outline? The ranked debate is a little bit longer, but it's similar format with the opening statement, lightning round, and audience Q&A and closing statement. How is your outline coming?
It is difficult. It is difficult, a lot more difficult than the previous debate I did, which was unranked. This is definitely a lot more structured. I have to find ways because I have a lot to say on the subject, to be honest with you. There is so much that we can share on this subject. And I know there are ways for this topic to get convoluted. It is very easy for this topic to get convoluted because we get caught up on wanting to put ourselves into groups, wanting to address. We feel like we have to address this before we address this. But the reality is, the reality is oppression is all the same. It comes from the same place.
Yeah.
It comes from the same place of lack of understanding of individuals and what they stand for or what they represent. So if we can work on that, that's really where I'm going with that, because I really do believe that if we can overcome the prejudices that is ingrained in our society against women and girls, um, it'll not only help women and girls, it'll help men also.
All
Because
right. I'm not
yeah,
gonna let
sorry,
you wait
I'm like
anymore.
going on and on and on. I'm so sorry.
I can easily get into a conversation, so I'm like, okay, wait, stop. I want you to give enough to tease as a teaser, so that's perfect. So hopefully, folks will tune in. And remember, audience, we have an audience Q&A, so there will be a time for you to ask questions of both debaters. We're going to have a pre-debate interview with Cameron Montgomery, who's arguing the negative here here in about 17 minutes, about 6:30 Central Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern. And so we're going to be able to hear from him as well. But you're familiar with the structure and the framework, and preparation is coming along. You know, there is no personal attacks and cursing and interrupting and all of that. That can get tough in the lightning round, but in your pre-debate, you handled yourself pretty well. So I'll look forward to how you do with this one. I do want to bring up, as you're familiar, we put a pre-debate poll up yesterday, and we asked the question, is gender oppression more of a significant challenge than racial oppression in the USA? 30 people said no. 7 are undecided, and 6 yes. So you definitely, from the people who took the poll, you definitely have an argument to make, if you will. But for you, is there anything that your opponent Cameron can say that may sway your opinion or your view on your stance, that actually it started with gender oppression and that's the more significant?
Is there anything that he can say to change? Honestly, no. I'm hoping to help my opponent see reason. And I'm hoping to help other people who did take that poll. I'm hoping to help them understand that feminism is not necessarily poisonous unless there is a form of competition of some sort. And all this competition between race and feminists, it really doesn't help anyone. It really does not. So that's what I'm hoping to get across, is that we need both the masculine and the feminine energies to work together like a yin and a yang for all of humanity to be able to take flight.
I hear you on that. Well, is there any I know you mentioned that what you like to shed light on to Cameron. Is there any talk you can say a little something to him if you want to put him on alert of Thursday? But it's up to you, all in good fun.
Cameron, I know you are absolutely pro-Black. I am also pro-Black. I am pro-Black for the men. I am pro-Black for the women. But I do want you to consider that with women being the portal through which life is brought onto this earth, we would be wise to give priority to that very basic human need for humanity to continue, of course, and women being the portal for which life is brought onto this earth. We would be wise. We would be very wise to pay more attention to that particular issue. And I'm not saying that one is not more important than the other. I am saying that we have to first start this work at home within our own communities. And what better way to do that than to raise up those who have been systemically, from the very beginning of time, oppressed. I look forward to it.
All right. Well, you've heard from our affirmative debater, Funmilayo Ekundayo. She will be debating the affirmative for gender oppression is more of a significant challenge than racial oppression. against Cameron Montgomery this Thursday, March the 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However you're watching now, you'll be able to watch on Thursday. So we hope to see you there, and take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you, Ebony.